Shelley Fabares lived her entire life in front of an audience. And yet somehow, the most important moments she ever experienced happened quietly, in hospital rooms, and hair salon chairs, and the front seat of a car where she couldn't stop laughing. She passed away this past Saturday at 82 years old, at home in Los Angeles, surrounded by the people she loved most. Her husband of more than 4 decades, Mike Farrell, Captain B.J. Honeycutt to generations of MASH fans, was by her side. The family's statement was short and dignified. For anyone who grew up watching her, it was enough. Born Michele Anne Marie Fabares on January 19, 1944, in Santa Monica, she started acting at 3 years old. By 10, she'd already made her television debut. By 14, she'd landed the role that would define a generation. Mary Stone, the wholesome, funny, completely lovable daughter on The Donna Reed Show. For 7 seasons, America watched her grow up in real time, and somewhere along the way, she stopped being just a character and became something rarer, a face that felt like family. Then, in 1962, almost by accident, she became a chart-topping recording artist. Johnny Angel hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, sold over 1 million copies, and embedded itself permanently into the American soundtrack. She followed it with more hits that same year, proving it was no fluke. Decades later, people still hum it without quite knowing why it feels so familiar. Around that same time, she began co-starring with Elvis Presley, ultimately appearing in 3 films with him, more than any other leading lady in his career. She spoke about him with a warmth that never faded. She'd expected to feel nothing when they first met on set, she once said. Instead, they simply clicked. She described watching a commissary full of hundreds of people abandon their lunches and sprint toward the glass doors the moment he appeared outside. And she said she genuinely ached thinking about what it must have cost a boy from Tupelo, Mississippi, to carry that kind of attention for an entire lifetime. Her favorite memory of him was simple: the 2 of them, completely unable to stop laughing during their final scene together on Clambake, caught on film, helpless. She said she missed him every day. Her personal life found its anchor in 1984, when she married Mike Farrell. What followed was more than 40 years of partnership, tested most severely when a serious liver condition left her waiting for a transplant that finally came in October 2000. They carried medical pagers everywhere, she said, jolted awake by wrong numbers in the middle of the night. So many times she told her husband one of them was going to have a heart attack before the transplant ever arrived. The gallows humor of 2 people who completely trust each other. After her recovery, she spoke openly about the depression that followed. Arriving, she explained, only once her body had finished the work of healing. She didn't call it weakness. She called it the mind protecting itself for exactly as long as it needs to. She spent her final decades giving back. 16 years with the Alzheimer's Association, honoring her mother's memory, and speaking honestly about her own illness, so others walking the same road might feel less alone. She once described a moment during her illness when she felt herself beginning to leave. It was, she said, beyond peaceful, beyond anything she'd ever known. The only things that brought her sadness were the thought of whoever might find her gone, and not being able to tell her husband thank you one last time. She got to say it. For 40 years, she got to say it. If her story moved you, hit like and subscribe. There are more lives worth remembering, and we'd love to share them with you.